There are 7 principles for a better life. To find them, to know thyself, you have to look inside. Yes, we need them so very much to restore ourselves today. The Nguzo Saba is the way. Moja kujichagulia, ujima ujamaa, nia kuumba, and money makes us one. Yes, we need them so very much to restore ourselves today. The Nguzo Saba is the way. Moja, Umoja, Ujagalia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kumba, Imani makes us one. Oh yes, we need them so very much to restore ourselves today. The Nguzo Saba is the way. The Nguzo Saba is the way. With this, the Nguzo Saba is the way. All right, so that was pretty good. In tune, out of tune, you are most of you are there. Oh, wonderful. So I just want to say that. So are we on now? Are they looking at us? Mm-hmm. Hi everyone out there. Who's there? Can they talk too? Can we hear their voice? It'll just be through the computer. Okay. Well, we're glad that you're able to make it. Minister Makalisi, thank you for leading the meditation. We were a little bit late getting into our facility, and so that's why we're kind of scrambling. But we have our meditation teacher, leader, Sister Rashonda. She is here, and we're going to call on her at some point in the service to do a small demonstration, because we're going to talk about the sun, salutations, etc. I'm going to ask Minister Alicia to come and lead our services. And Minister Alicia, I refer to her as the wisest among us. Yeah, she is. She's very wise, a young woman. Okay, I'll just.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's a good day today. We've had beautiful weather. It's been cold and then nice and warm, so it's very nice. And I think every day when I'm coming outside, I spend a lot of time outside with a lot of young people. And it's just the beautifulest thing just to see them running and trying to develop the warmth within their bodies by them moving and exploring and jumping and playing. So I just give thanks for the ability to be outside and loving the changes in this weather. You know, again, see how the Most High is moving things and changing things. I just want to say, someone got on our bottom this time. Well State Community Church is a community of the way. The way is Maat, truth, justice, and righteousness. We believe the teachings of our elders and our ancestors that the Creator God created the universe and all life, and has placed in each of us a part of the divine spirit. God living in us and through us has given us the right and the power to establish peace and justice in all of human life and true harmony with all of creation. We believe in the living faith of our ancestors, Our way is not merely ritual or belief. Our way is a way of life. Our way is not a random path. Our way begins with coherent understanding. It is a way that aims at preserving knowledge of who we are. It is with this conviction that we study the rich heritage of our African. The way is reciprocity. The way is wholeness. The way is unity and self-determination. It is creativity, collective work and responsibility. Our way is faith, purpose, and cooperative economics. The way knows no oppression. Our way creates. Our way worships and praises the God of our ancestors. The way is life, and the way destroys only destruction. Ashe. Ashe. I'm blessed. If you are feeling that in your heart and your spirit, welcome to Wose Community Church. Feel so welcome. We welcome you. If you're feeling it, we're feeling you. We're feeling all of those words and the sentiments, and believe that this is the way that we are walking and showing up in our community. We're showing up in our household. We are showing up in our world this way. So we want to give thanks for that. And then I want to read a bit. Just quickly. In the Declaration of Virtues. Number 5, where it says, Nefer Sheshimra says, I have spoken truly and done right. I spoke justly and repeat that which was just. I seized the right moment so as to stand well with the people. I judged between two in such a way that would satisfy both of them. I rescued the weak from those who were stronger as much as was in my power. I gave bread to the hungry, clothes to the naked, and brought the boatless to dry land. I buried those who had no children and built a boat for those who were without one. I respected my father, pleased my mother, and raised my sisters and brothers. Ashe.
Ashe.
I will be leading the affirmation.
Page 2 in our worship folder. I'm sorry. Up and down, up and down. Let's stand.
Oh, I guess because
Yeah. Where are you? I'm sorry. We're going to talk.
I was pretty fast to do all this. Is everyone
Oh, it's
ready?
page 1. Okay.
Ready? I can't see you guys, but I can see my neighbor. That's all right.
Right, we're good.
All right. We will know God's truth to be free and self-determined.
Creator, help us remember the humanity for and the modern struggles of our elders.
Let us strive to bring new vision and life to our people. Let there be peace and harmony among us.
Let us be loving, sharing, and creative.
France has power, O Holy One, as we struggle to resurrect our hearts and our homeland.
We will raise our children according to the needs of our nation. We will strive to be them models. Now you may. Let's do let's do the historical tribute now. What do you think? Yeah. Hey John, great to see you today. Give me that shirt.
Where does one begin to tell the story about someone who even the master storyteller Toni Morrison describes as an absolute genius, brilliant, magnetic, an incredible artist, and marvels that he had completed work, the quality and quantity of which are almost never achieved in several lifetimes? Time demands that we experience samples of his life's work, which we will get to in a moment. But it is important to know that this husband, father of 2 boys, U.S. Air Force member, Rutgers University student, educator, and mentor to black youth was, first and foremost, a writer. His writing, poetry, short stories, and novels spanned his life experience and that of black people, African people in America and the diaspora. His tragic, untimely death at the hands of a New York transit officer on May 23, 1968, initially appeared to end his dreams of publishing his extensive writings. However, with the help of close friends such as poets Eugene Redmond and Quincy Troupe, classmates from Rutgers University, and others too many to name, his work, deeply influenced by many cultural icons such as Sun Ra, would, with the help of Toni Morrison, be posthumously published. In addition to receiving the accolades he so richly deserves, he has also been added to the vanguards of a growing genre of artists, Afro-Surreal, which informs the very, very hot Afrofuturism. Check it out, yo. With that, let's get a very small but delicious and filling taste of Henry Dumas' work. Listen to the sound of my horn. Listen to the sound of my horn, this note you have longed to hear. Listen to the sound of my horn, I say, the music you have hummed by ear. I sound the time to rise for the fields. I moan the rhythm as the congregation kneels. I am the note of air, the voice of your despair. I cry long nights for you, my people. I rise early, pull on my coat of cotton and my shirt of tears, and a smile to mask my fears. I tote water to sun-baked trembling lips, and I sing away the pain, oozing from hips lashed by the chain of years. But now, my people, I have a new song. Listen, America, listen every songless ear. Now the congregation rises. Now a burdened land sings. Now the air breathes fresh. Now the rain fills the buckets. The note makes song, the pain washes away, and my horn of clay airs a long signal motif. Listen to the sound of my horn, my people, this rhythm of years long past. Listen to the sound of my horn, I say. Great music and I have come at last. Emoyeni, place of the winds. Emoyeni, passing, passing. From the tongue of the Zulus comes this word, Emoyeni, place of the winds. You come, we climb the body of the hill, through the bowing of the talking grass, up the footpath where the spirits pass. Look, Emoyeni, passing, rising, by the crumbling rock and the finger reeds, I put my ear to the mouth of an old man. Emoyeni, passing, passing, is what he told me. Listen to the wind, my son. See the coming of its children. Every nation leans down to bite the hill. Passing, blowing, Emoyeni, place of the winds. Come, it is time to make the time. I see with my skin and hear with my tongue. Emoyeni, from the sky. Emoyeni, the tongue of many years passing, where the fingers from the earth rising stroke all the singers passing, passing, by the rumbling of the falling rock, down the valleys of the Congo leaping toward the body of the hill. Breathe. It is time to make the time. It is my father singing. It is my mother at the river. It is the spear and the chain. It is your time to swallow the hill. Breathe. Emoyeni, passing, passing, behind the dust. Emoyeni, passing, passing, behind the fear. Emoyeni, going, going. I see the coming of the long green rain. Books by Henry Dumas, or if you prefer, Henry Dumas. Poetry for my people. Play ebony, play ivory. Ark of Bones. Joe Noah and the Green Stone. Rope of Wind. Goodbye, Sweetwater. Knees of a Natural Man. Echo Tree. Poet and executor of the Henry Dumas estate, Eugene Redmond on Henry Dumas.
In a nutshell, I met Henry Dumas, Sherman and I met him in August of 1967. 9 months later, a little fewer than 9 months later, he was shot to death under what remain unclarified circumstances in the subway at 135th and Lenox, now Malcolm X Boulevard. And we bonded as we were wont to do in the 60s. I mean, brothers quickly. And I remember the day after Martin Luther King was killed, we were together the evening and Martin Luther King was killed. The day afterwards, we took Henry to buy a weapon because, you know, East St. Louis is everybody has a gun. And so we knew it would be, difficult, so we took him to buy a Pearl Helm 32. Some days later, he went to New York to talk to publishers about a possible book contract and to attend the wedding of a friend, and we never saw him again until I looked over in the casket at him later in May, early June. He was killed on May 23rd. I was asked by a man named Edward Crosby and a man named Donald Henderson, our bosses at the Experiment in Higher Education, where Dumas had come to teach and where I taught with George Ladner and Catherine Dunham and others, to pull together his work. And they convinced Southern Illinois University into publishing kind of a test edition of each one of poetry and stories. I thought that was it. 1970 came out. I went on from Oberlin to California.
For some reason, the screen share has dropped.
Folks, for that, that's I don't know what else to do. It'll probably start talking 5 minutes later. But I wanted to draw your attention to we didn't get a chance to do this, and I brought this. One of our members made this Kanara, Lee Davis, of Lee and Betty Davis, formative cultural connection. And I asked him to make a Kanara in the shape of the boat of Ra. Yes. The bark of sun bark of Ra. Yes. And he did a great job. He's very good with work. And as a matter of fact, okay, we don't have it today because it's in storage, but in Oakland, one of our members, former members, Brother Bolton, that's right, for a libation for Brother Bolton, Algie Bolton, He did a lot, like the chairs, those 3 chairs that the minister said, he did those. He did the Canara, and so just want to recognize him. But we do want to say, since we're in person, we do want to talk about Umoja, strive to maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. We also want to talk about Kujichagulia, self-determination, to define, name, create, speak for ourselves. But people say, well, what is Wose about? You know, what do you guys, we're about unity, self-determination. What's the next one? Ujima. Collective work and responsibility to build and maintain our community together, to make our brothers and sisters' problems ours to solve together. These are what we're about. If you ever are in any doubt, well, you know what said woos? You know, is that Muslim? You know, these are the pillars. And as Makalisi tells the story, this is what started both things. You know, they wouldn't let him talk about the 7 principles of the Nguzo Saba in a Baptist church. Ujamaa, cooperative economics, to build and maintain our own businesses and together profit from them. Oh, do we need that? Nia, purpose, to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community and the restoration of our people to our tradition of greatness. Kuumba, remember that brother Stevie Kuumba? You know, had his name. What band was he in? Mighty Diamonds. Mighty Diamonds. Mighty Diamonds. Guys remember the Mighty Diamonds?
Yeah.
Band?
Yeah.
Man, top record band. Anyway, Kuumba says that we shall do as much as we can in any way we can to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited. Oh, if we just observe that. And lastly, but it's really the first principle, because it's celebrated on the first day that you start the year with Imani, faith, to believe with all our hearts in our God, our people, our teachers, our leaders, and in the righteousness and victory of our struggle. These are the basics for Wose community. And so we want to keep these always lit within our heart. Go ahead, Minister Malik, yes.
2 things. One, the way that you express the Nguzo Saba, what we have to do is change the perspective. It's not linear. It's actually, it rolls around to each other. So the ending is the beginning is the ending. That's why Imani starts on the first of the year, which is faith, but it's not the end of Kwanzaa. It's actually the beginning of the Kwanzaa cycle, so that they're all hooked together. The second piece is, it's not an anti-Christmas alternative. We have to change the narrative. Folks are always wanting to try to make us a piece of what the white folks have done. This was not done to be an opposite of Christmas. This was done so that we would have our own spiritual basis for celebrating at this time of the year.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you. That's true. It's all inclusive. You know, what is it said? Our way is not merely a ritual belief. Our way is a way of life. Our way is not a random path. It begins with coherent understanding. And the Rastas would say overstanding. It aims at preserving a knowledge of who we are. And it's with this conviction which they the rich heritage that we. Yes, go ahead.
In that, you know, the second principle of Kujichagulia is self-determination. In the 60s was the first time that we named ourselves. We said, I'm black and beautiful. I'm black and I'm proud. Right. we woke up one day and somebody said, from now on, y'all African Americans, and we said, okay. Okay, and we're still using that term. Now, the term that I like to use, and I'm trying to get people to understand, is ABA, American Born African. Okay, we named it, determine ourselves. Wherever we are born in that, because we are American Born African.
Last name is African.
Right.
Okay, let's take up a collection. We've had a message.
Yeah.
Doug, we need to say anything. Hey, listen, I want to, I'm a child of the '70s, and really that's where the best music came. And so I want to play this song because it actually helps us to get started for our message. Hopefully you can hear this. Yeah, remember this guy? How about you now? Why?
I can admit to that song.
Yeah.
But it will be something I will be looking at when I do that one.
The root sampled it too. The hip hop group called the root sampled it too. You might know that.
I do know it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is why you guys are good.
So now what we want to do right now is we're going to do the litany of sacrifice. And so that is on page 2. Everybody is square folders on page 2. All right. Save us, O Holy One, by your name. Vindicate us by your might. Hear my prayer, divine protector. Listen to the words of my mouth. How can we repay the Holy One for the gifts that have been given to us? We will lift up the cup of salvation and call upon the God of our ancestors. We will fulfill our vows to our Creator in the presence of all our people. Gladly we bring our sacrifices to you. We will praise your name, O Amon, for it is good.
I can make sure it sounds good, but flying things.
Self-determination. We shall define, name, create, and speak for ourselves.
Collective work and responsibility.
Shall build communities.
Brothers and sisters.
Cooperative economics. Together, we shall build and maintain our own businesses, and together profit from them.
Purpose. We should make an education, the building and developing of our communities, and the restoration of our community.
Creativity. We shall do as much as we can in any way that we can to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it. Part on Zoom, then you will probably be seeing the information of where to send your donations, your money, your financial contributions to a Safe Community Church. They have Sacramento and in Oakland. They have snail mail as well as going to our website to be able to do it over the internet. So I think here we have our donations box. If anybody wants to come up afterwards or now.
There's these beautiful baskets that we got from a sister here. We're gonna pass things around.
Can you see the link up there?
The link.
Just go to it.
Go to wosesac.org for the link. If you're contributing that way, another basket.
Thank everybody for their giving spirit. We want to take a moment to have prayer. Most high, Mother, Father God, we come to you today giving thanks and praises. Thanks and praises for the spirit of giving. Thanks and praises for the ability to give. We want to pray over those that have given today with their hearts and minds. They give. We thank you. And we thank you for those who had a heart and mind to give but had not the means. We pray prosperity over the people so that we might be able to enlarge our territories, enlarge our areas of influence, that we might be able to be stable and moving forward, growing. Most High, we thank you so much. We just ask your blessings upon the offerings that was given today. We ask your blessings over the people who gave today. We thank you ever so much. Ask your prayer. We pray for blessings. Blessings. Amen and Ashe. So now we move on to our message. And so we're going to bring forward Minister Hotep, and just in the most beautiful way, we just want to give thanks for him to be able to be with Jose and stay with Jose for so many years. through the ups and downs and the expansions and the expansions. I can't make new words all the time. I just it may not make it, but it won't. So you want to give things time. And I would just like to say, the first time I ever came into any type of knowledge having to do with Wose was when I was a teen, away at NSB camp. And this man right here that you see to your right was standing in front of a whole group of a whole bunch of youth. And I was all the way in the back corner. And the information he was giving to us, and just the sight of this really, really tall man, because I've been this height since just stature and the information that he was giving me, I was like, wow, I've never heard all these things. So not having met him before, I took a picture of him way back in the day. And so it wasn't until years later that I was able to kind of put the dots together and ended up right here.
You know what's interesting about that day? So that was something that Leslie Campbell had put together. And it was way in the woods. It was cold. Rob was like 2 years old. And he went with us. But the young lady that came and welcomed us, she's now the head of Caltrans. I don't know if you remember Donna Berry.
Yeah.
She's now the head. She's now the chief engineer of Caltrans.
A long way, baby.
Yeah. She's also a very good friend of our family. You know, my wife and her sister. So yeah, so we just all coming together. So is that
1 second.
oh right. I wanted, so you know, everybody's a star. You know, that was the opening song. Yes, June. So this is for those of you that have your Hoseas, from the Book of Vindication, page 117.
What page on that PDF are you?
You know what? I'm on. Let's see. I don't know if I have
39. It's 39.
39. Okay. So I shine like Ra daily. I established your praying this morning on the same wavelength. I shine like Ra daily. I establish truth and expel falsehood. I open the doors which are in the abyss below. I am this friend of Ra, weary with wounds. I am given strength through wisdom. I have found the ferry boat which was lost in its floodwaters, and I have brought it to land. I have gone forth in it, and I have ferried across. I have directed my feet to the right place. Sometimes we just need to go to the right place. Sometimes we're in the wrong place at the wrong time. I've directed my feet to the right place. I've extended my arms. I've established rule in the heavens and taken possession of the earth, and the exalted ones of heaven are pleased by it. That's our freedom writing today. And this is from the Book of Vindication, page 117 in the Hosea, number 15. So let's start. Yes. We're going to say chapter.
I'm going to say that Gloria Matthews song, living in the glory of the Most High.
Glorious song, living in the glow of the Most High. So, we are children of the sun is our message today. We are children of the sun. And of course, you know this man here?
Yes.
Minister Emeritus, Maglisioso Swandi, and he's like the Stevie Wonder of the African, of the Church of the Sacred African Way. He must have like 70 songs. I mean, easily. Yeah, he brings them forward. And I was over at Brother Sudi's house, and we used to have meditation like we have now. We used to meet on Friday nights, Friday mornings, at Sudi's house for meditation. It'd be me, Mahib, Olarami, Sudi, and a couple of other people. 6 o'clock in the morning on Friday. And he pulls out this song and he says, you know, Motley's got this song and I'm working on it, and we worked on it. And the way that we did it is the way that we sing it now. So these are the words. We are children of the sun. In every task we shall overcome. We were upon the earth. Will be the only word. We were the first. This is why we were the first. We were the first to know the truth around the prophecy. We were the first to build around the unity. We are children of the sun. In every word we shall overcome. We were upon the earth. Will be the word will be the last. Will be the last. Only word will be the last. Only word. Sorry, I have to give an apology to my elder. And she likes to sing every verse of the song. If the song has 3 verses, she wants to sing all the verses. So we didn't sing this last verse. Maybe we'll club. She wants to sing it. What do you guys think? Go do it? Okay. Oh, here's her. You guys are like sisters joining together. Now we face a faithful task in this troubled land. We have the world to build a happy land. To people of the way. It's work, we were in the land. Will be the steps of holy word. Will be the all right. Grand Rising, Al Kabelon family. That's not just my family name, but it's everybody. Al Kabelon, Dr. Joseph Ben Yeglin said that Al Kabelon is the oldest indigenous word on the continent of Africa. Right. So there's more I can say about that, but I don't, you know, there's a time factor. So this is livicated. I still use a lot of Rasta terms. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's right. This is livicated to my grandmother, Cecilia Beatrice Harrington, who used to say to me, she would call my name. I'm not going to say it because I don't like it. That's why I changed it. She would say, You're my sun, moon, and stars. She lived on the East Coast. When I called her, or whenever she would say, "You're my sun, moon, and stars." I felt bad because she didn't say it to the other grandkids. But I took it, and here's Grand. Here we call it Grand.
Girl was confident.
That's one of my segments. That's Grand. And so she said, "You're my son." You know, and I was watching. I read something. They had a picture of Michael Jackson, and so yeah, she said, "You're my son from the start." They have a picture of Michael Jackson, and it said, his father would say to him, "God, your nose is big." You got to be careful what you say. And people. So I mean, it didn't matter that everybody in the world loved them, but your parents, what your parents say to your kids, it does. So that was encouragement. So now I'm going to talk about this initially here. The solstices and the equinox. All right, so here, this is what it's all about. Okay, we're gonna get to this Catholic thing that you were talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was raised in both churches. I was raised in Catholic and Baptist. So I'm really messed. My head, I'm still trying. So it's really, with them, and we're going to see, it's all about the sun. So here we are. Let's talk about something scientific, but it's spiritual too.
Come on.
Here we are. We're approaching the winter solstice. So, sometimes on December 21st, sometimes on December 22nd. Incoming solar energy is greatest in the southern hemisphere. And then we're going to move to the spring equinox. That's when the solar energy coming in is equal on both hemispheres. Hence the name equinox. Okay, and then we're going to go to the summer solstice in June 21st, June 22nd. Incoming solar energy is greatest in the northern hemisphere, and then we're going to come back here to the autumn equinox, and that's when everything is balanced again. But this is what we're on. This cycle, and here. So sometimes, we're on a big cycle. We're on a 26,000 year cycle. 26,000 years. So 11,000 years ago, the pole star was Vega. Now it's Polaris. And this is how our people, I should have bought a laser pointer, but this is how our people, Shaka was asking about that stuff. Here it again, this is, people say Haru, it's really whore, but that sounds bad in English. But it's, and then the Greeks or Latins, they put Horus, but whore, okay, but here, it's holding this, it's like the pole star, it's having that in there. All right. Are you hearing me okay on Zoom? Are they hearing me okay, Cobblestone?
Yes.
Yes.
They say, okay. So here it is again. This isn't just a pretty picture. And this is you are here. Okay? 26,000 a year, processional cycle. And then, after the 26,000, it's really like 25,925, but they just rounded up to 26,000. So sometimes you're pointing at Vega, sometimes you're pointing at Draconis, Sometimes you're pointing at Polaris. What happens to the Earth? At one time, the Sahara was an ocean. Then another time, it was green. Yeah. You know, it affects the Earth at different times. So that's what our ancestors are explaining. Everybody with me? Yeah. Yes. All right. So here again. The Jed pillar, not Jed. Okay. This is the Jed pillar. Represents the backbone of Wasir or Osiris. Stop. Yeah, stop. Gotta stop it. Okay, so here, what they're showing is the backbone. This is what we're talking about. We're not talking about somebody being crucified on a cross. That's an allegory to tell you something even more profound. So here it is. The winter solstice and the Christmas mystery. I'm sorry, I'm ruining it for people. Oh man. Don't tell me I'm evil present. We can't have that. Right. So look, winter solstice and Christmas mystery. For 3 days, December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, the sun rises on the exact same latitude. This is the only time of the year that the sun actually stops movement, either northward or southward in the sky. And on the morning of December 25th, the sun moves 1 degree northward, beginning its annual journey back to us in the northern hemisphere, ultimately bringing our spring. It's also the birthday of goodness. Oh, oh really? Yeah. But you're right. It's all connected. Which is why they picked that day. So the sun was considered to be dead for 3 days. You heard this story. And then when it moves 1 degree, that's on the 25th. That's when it's born again. Oh. See? Here it is. In the grave for 3 days. Oh my God. And then, okay, then there were wise men in the east. Let me So here, wise men in the east. And this is the belt. This is Orion's belt. And they were following the star. This is Sirius. It's the brightest star in the sky. Oh wow. Where did that come from? And then it's born again on December 25th. And it's crucified on the Southern Cross. That's what my grandfather. My grandfather, it was Papa, and he would say, you know, something profound. So here we see. This is the reason for the cross. Come on now. Winter solstice, is that what they talked about? And then, okay, now. Now here, this is the Celtic or Celtic cross. Say again? The Cairo. You know, I think Cairo is a different symbol, though. They got that from. Yes. Yes.
Say it loud so the Zoom people could hear what he said.
Say it again. Say it loud.
Cairo comes from Q-U-I or it's even the low sodium wrong there.
I'm sorry I didn't include that. You're absolutely right. It's a P. It looks like a P, and it has a cross. You've seen that right there. Careful. All right. So here is what we're talking about. This is just scientific. You know, this is what we're talking about. Southern Cross, crucified at Southern Cross, in the grave for 3 days, and then on 25th is born, it's resurrected. And then, okay, people in Kemet, this is how they did it. And so I don't know if you know, baboons, when the sun rises, baboons is giving thanks. You know, they don't have the same reasoning as we do, but they know, they have sense enough to give thanks when the sun comes up. Right. And then here is Aset. They call her Isis. And the way you can always tell her it's her, she's got a throne on her head. And this is a very important thing because women make it so that men can be kings. Women make it so men can be kings. But not the king unless she says so. This is our culture. I'm not trying to make any points. This is our culture. And then here, the backbone of a side, the Jed, and out of its coming light and Ra, you know, part of that, I've extended my arms. I've extended my arms to the sun. And then here's her sister. They call her Nebhet. Nephthys, but her name is Nebhet. And she has a palace on her head. All right. And then, okay. And then it devolved to this. Okay. There, but notice now. So here's the Southern Cross, the solar disk, and Mary. It's telling the same story. I know I'm ruining for a lot of. Okay. So. Now I'm sorry to put this graven image in the won't say sermon, but did you? You know what? We had this. Okay. But what this is saying, this is the end. See, what this is showing. You just think, oh, this is the Last Supper. Well, what this is showing, here's the sun in the middle, and it's 4 groups of 3. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. And in summer, there's this woman there, that's Virgo. What'd you say? And so when you said, so I had to include this in, because this is like an original Lord stuff. This is from the catacombs of Domelita. So in the catacombs of Domelita, you find these black representations.
I see a little king in that guy. I see a afro.
You know when I look at this, it looks kind of like you know, there's black people. We go from snow to crow, and we have all kind of different textures. We have all kind of different colors. You know, it's not just one true Negro. You know that they give us. But anyway, have I gone too far?
No.
Here's the gospel. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It's just talking about the seasons. They're just talking about this. Because there's only 4 seasons. You know, they're really explaining just nature. The seasons, that's what they're ready. And so then when you see this, that's what they talk about. They put it here's an old petroglyph it's on there. Here this is in, I think this is Greek. Would you say?
Yeah, that's Greek.
Yeah. So anyway, it's there. This looks like a libation stone. You know, and then you see here, okay, this kind of looks like chakras, like they're trying to give it some, would you say? You know, and then you have the cross and the wings. But where did that come from? Yeah.
Got it.
And then, okay, just as an aside, to digress a little bit. So I actually took this picture myself. This is from the temple of Abydos, or Abdu. Here it is. Here it is. So when you see, so this is, who's this? I'm sorry, you know, as I get older, I get a little bit deaf. So when you say something, you have to say it loud. Who is this? Okay, so those is Greek. Chahudi or Chahudi is the Kemetic way to say it. So here he's holding two staffs with serpents going, and he's giving life to the fur eye. And then when you put these two symbols together, this is what you get. And then, okay, Thunderwork. See, and then, so they're giving you the sun. This is your community. Okay. This is the body of Christ. Okay. Okay. Here it is again. The
piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So all that, but you know, well, I heard after acquaintance, somebody asked him, is it in the scriptures? Yes, it's in the scriptures. Psalm 84, for the Lord God is a All right. Here it is. This is anyway. This is the sun worship. This is St. Peter. There's a coal black statue of St. Peter in the Vatican. It's on the inside. Yeah. You know, it's not on the outside. It's on the inside. And here's the Pope. Here's the Pope worshiping the sun. And here, here, that's just saying the sun. And here's some monks worshiping the sun. And so here's a big one up here. What are they saying? I extend my arm. I'm making the sign of the cock. Oh wow, Aquila. Okay, sorry. I was having a
I did the same thing.
This was the Pope. There he is worshiping the sun. And then this one came on. He looks really evil. So like when I was watching him, I was expecting him to change it. I was expecting the Lord to come. Let's see, here he is, worshiping the sun. And then this is the Pope now.
This is what that's him.
See, they're not even hiding it from me. You know, I didn't. These aren't secret pictures.
Hiding it in plain sight.
Hiding it in plain sight. So there's this book, The Cathedrals as Solar Observation. The Cathedrals as Solar Observation. And here's the book. So you go into their church? The lights. And if you go to the Vatican, it's the Vatican square.
With a big old blitz in the middle of that night.
So, and this is not anything that they made. This came from Kim. They took this. They took this from Africa.
Window participants, 23. Starting there. Scan participants, 23. Window, scan on. Different colonial territories. Participant list. Use their, if you will, would have been part of the world family. Unmuted video on. 1 of 6. So that's
all ours. So now let's just this is a picture I these pictures are pictures I actually took. So here, see that? And then now this is actually where I took these. This is actually ancient Wosek, where these pictures are found. And so, and then this one here is on its side. And there was some people there, so they have these little ropes. And somebody stepped over on this and beat on it. And I brought this just for this. Now, I don't know if you can hear it on Zoom, but this is the way it sounds. This is the way it sounds. When you beat on that. I'm a witness. It's not anything that I read. Nobody told me. I was there. I saw that. Now, these are the words. I heard you say obelisk. That's what the Greek said. Commissions called it, or in Medunature, they called it Tekken or Tekkenu. I was with some of the people that were studying under the ancient, I know this sounds really weird and mysterious. I was with the ancient wisdom keepers. And they called it Ibra. Ibra. What is Ib? Heart. The heart of Ra. So, yeah. It's a sundial. This is how people told time. Look. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited. So this is how, and these are the glyphs. See, that's the T, KH, N, and this determinative. That's how you would write it in Medunature. And this, yeah, I just got this definition. It was on Wikipedia. Look at what it said. It says, for a beat of the drum. You wouldn't know it if it was up in the nobody's gonna go up there, but this one was on his side, and it hit it with the fist and made that sound. All right. That's right. You know, there's all kinds of books. The Cult of Sol Invictus. What does that mean? Invincible Son. And you know, Constantine, he's really the one that started Christianity.
Yeah.
And he was a sun worshiper. So he changed the Sabbath to Sunday. Look at it. Sunday, Moon, Monday, Tuesday, Mars, Wednesday, Venus, Thursday, Jupiter. I forget what Friday is. Saturday, Saturn.
Yes, it works well in Spanish better. The explanation.
Oh, all right. Yes.
Sábado, domingo, huevos, and so on and so forth. As you're explaining the linear.
Yes.
Miracle. Because having, transition Spanish and then transition to this. So yes.
So, and you know, so this book it has, so it just tells you. So, Sun cult, first century, political background, religious reform. You know, they just didn't come up with this. It took a lot to get everybody to get everybody going. A lot of deaths. But yeah, how many people died? Yeah. And then they used to make this is the virgin with the son. She's holding the son. What did Papa say? Here's another verse. We are children. So just since we're on the topic of Christmas, this is the Christmas tree actually comes from Mithra. That's another sun god. In Persia, the black people in Persia were called Elamites or Elamites. Elamites. I don't know what's the correct pronunciation, you know. Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, you read that, you don't know what. Thank you, though, Minister. Here's some brothers at the Christmas tree. Yeah, what you said? Look at his hand. Look at his hands. That's a damn giveaway. So here's another. And look, they're bringing presents. Gift bearers bring the gift of the Persian pine tree for Darius the Great. You know, and so this, I mean, you think it's one way, but it's not. And so I had to include this picture in because you might say, well, why are you saying you black people want to make everybody black? You guys are just not happy. You know, they don't look like the Iranians. There's different group of people. Oh, they had to do this because they knew, I guess, somebody knew that this was going to. Yeah. Wait a minute. Somebody text me something. It might be something important. Thank you. Okay, that was my other friend Stevie. I have another friend, Stevie, and his name is Steve Streeter. And I want you all to pray for Steve Streeter. He was given a terminal diagnosis. Oh, yeah. But you know what? He said, I'm just gonna be cool with it. Right. You know, I'm just gonna, you know, and so he was just texting me saying I'm all right. All right. You know, I'm all right. But look, see, so these guys, I know, they're just brown Mediterranean. Dark brown. All right. Now, this is how we got children of sun. So in Destruction of Black Civilization, Chancellor Williams, page, okay. This version is on page 122 to 123. There's different versions. I started out with the 495 version, and then it went to the 895 version, then went to the 1295 version, then went to 16. You know, there's all, and those pages don't line up. They don't line up. But here, Martin Luther got the song idea for the song. So here's what he said: they were children of the sun, blessed with blackness by the sun god himself, and thus protected from his fiery rays. They were his children. Their very blackness, therefore, was religious, a blessing and an honor. Oh my. Very black. We are children of the sun. All right, and then I had to. So this is what the Greeks call it, Heliopolis. Helio, sun, Opolis, city. Anu is what the Africans call it, and this is the glyph. This is the glyph for it. This is how you would say Anu. Now, when Doris was expecting with our first child, we were looking for all kind of names, and she said, I want the son in his name. So I said, what about Rahotep? And she said, yeah. And then, okay, we need a middle name. So we said Anu. So his name is Rahotep Anu. But it's word sound, Stevie. Anu al-Kabalon. Okay? And then when Kaaba came along, we said Kaaba ben Nu. Ben Nu al-Kabalon. I'll just give you some family history. And here's Ra jumping with the Maasai. That's Anu. Actually, when he got out of preschool, he announced, we didn't tell him to do it. He says, I'm Rahotep now. So we call him Ra since we thought people would have a hard time with Rahotep. Growing up and everything. People just called him Ra. First person to call him Ra was Phyllis Purse. She's not here today. First person to call him. She said, hi, Ra. Remember, she's over there. Huh? All right. I don't want to digress anymore. So, the son, him next. Did I play it? I just heard from my friend, Muhammad Fahmy. I have a ubiquitous clandestine informant. In Kemet. So, I said, hey man, what about this? What about this? So I said, how do you say this? And he wrote, and he got back and said,
hello, brother, how's everything with you? This word you can say or pronounce it Hanmet. Hanmet. Hanmet.
So he, and actually, there's a lot going on today. He actually just, I asked him about this, because this is going to be another thing one day. When I see stuff, I say, is that real? So I saw this, that Naheth means to wake up, to awaken to a higher existence. And so I said, Fahmy, is this right? And he just sent me this today while we were in service. So yeah, I guess it's true. Naheth. Thank you, man. All right, I'll let it get back. So, Hemnet is frequently used. Alan. You have all these people. They don't believe in the African-centered thought, but they're doing all that. So this guy, he translates it as humanity, and then but then this guy Faulkner, who's another person. Okay, if you study Egyptology, you're gonna run across these guys' names. He says it means sun folks. Humanity, sun folks. They say that sun folk is a better choice for humanity. Now this is coming from a website. This is their speculation. But if I speculate, then they're gonna have all kind of problems. But then, all right. Now here's different ways to say it. Let's just stay with humanity. Just for a while. Let's just say humanity. Humanity, you will cry out. Humanity will cry out to you once the imperishable stars have raised you along. What are the imperishable stars? The stars. The stars that don't that don't ever disappear from the horizon. They're always there. Those our ancestors say this is the imperishable star. So when they say the imperishable star, that's what we're talking about. Humanity have witnesses. These are all these things. I'm just going to keep going. And this is how you would write it in imagination. You know, and you always have like something related to the sun in the glyph. This flax twist here that looks like a DNA symbol, that's an H. Okay, and this here, this N, that's water. All right, this is whore, and that's the T. So, you know, this is how you would write it, all those different ways. But now let's get on here. Dr. Theophil Bingham wrote this book, African Philosophy for Iranian Period, 2780 to. So he just started from the beginning. You know, this is Western time. Mm-hmm. It goes, our ancestors go way back. You know, they say the indigenous wisdom keepers, and I just saw somebody else, hold your point. I just saw somebody else say, you know, the pyramids is really like 20,000 years. Wow. I don't want to cut you off, Toronto.
Go ahead. Well, let's real quick. The calendar system, today we use the Gregorian calendar system, which is off, wrong. The first calendar system in the time to my study was the Berber calendar system, and then the Greeks changed it to use the Julian and then Gregorian. But first, our use was the Berber calendar, to my study.
And it goes beyond that.
For sure.
It goes beyond that. But thank you for recognizing that. And say, so here's his book. That's classic. He's there, Dr. O'Banger, there, surrounded by his books.
He helps one of his greatest students.
Yeah. So 1974, him and Joe. It's his name is so he's Senegalese. So that's
Shake out
to Joe. That's how you say it. I'm trying to think of the language that he's. I think it's Wolof. Wolof. So him, this guy from the Congo, this guy from these two Africans, one from Senegal, one from the Congo, turned it out in 1974, and showed and Joe went so far as he was able to take a piece of Ramses II's skin, and then he developed a thing called the melanin dosage test. See how much melanin, and he found out that Ramses, that thing on Ramses, had more melanin than him. Check out Joe. So here he's got it in Magic Nature. And I'm not going to ask you to read this, but the final is next. The gates open, the gates of heaven open for you, the gates of the firmament draw apart. What's the firmament? The heavens, the sky, draw apart for you. The same gates that shut out rebels. I guess they say the good people go up and the other people go someplace. Those gone before you, the sun people, hail you. That's y'all. The sun people hail you. And then, okay, keep going.
Would that be the Shemsu Hebrew?
The Shemsu Hebrew. There's a question on that. There's some people say yes, and some people say that, you know, they don't go by that. Let's just hold that in abeyance. Maybe something that you might want to present one day. So the everlasting stars rise for you. Your wind is incense. Your north wind is smoke. You are great in Texas. You are the unique star that rises in the eastern sky and does not go to Horus of the Dwight. Oh, you rising so high among the imperishable stars, You will never fade. That's what I want to talk about. That's the main message today that I want to say to each and every one of you. Your star is bright, whether you recognize it or not. There's nothing, okay, I know you know that your star is, because your star is always shining bright. But there is nothing, really, don't let Babylon, let me use my roster terms again. Don't let Babylon tell you that you don't have this, you can't do that. This is it. Is it in the scriptures? Yeah, it's in the scriptures. And here he's talking. He's saying, in effect, the king was once purified, resuscitated, metamorphosized into a star. You are this unique star. See, the per-am, the head of it, he's representing the people. So it's talking about everybody. You are this unique type. In this new identity, he must rise into the heaven to assume a stellar immortality by becoming a spirit of light. The deceased is transformed into a star. The pharaonic hypothesis, the destiny of the deceased as a star merges the dead person and the star into one identity, a star amidst the imperishable stars, the circumpolar stars, what Brother Wasufia said, which, because they stay eternally above the horizons, are considered indestructible. I think I'm overloading you guys. Let's just stop. Here, so this is where they found the Pepe's complex here. This is the way it looks now. You know what? Another thing I found out, with respect to Kemet is this. They've only unearthed 20%. That's there. All the stuff that you see there is only 20%. But it's like 30 million people live in Cairo. You know?
And some of it underwater.
Some of it's underwater. So yeah, that discovered stuff. And the stuff that they found that they hey, I don't know if we should reveal this. Right? Okay, so here's this complex. There's a model of it. These are the runs. If you went there today, that's where it would look. This is the model again. And this is Getty. Okay.
He reigned for many, many, many years.
He reigned for 67 years. It is the longest ruling monarch. Thank you, Wasu. Oldest ruling monarch. And this way it looked. Mr. Imhotep didn't make that up. This isn't Photoshop. That's the way he looked. Like somebody might be your relative. When you go inside there, this is the way it looks. It's writings all on the wall. Just want to point out something. When you see these three, now this was presented one Sunday, and the person was saying that these were flags. I don't agree with that. I believe that these are axes. But when you see this symbol 3 times, that means the Neteru. That's what the Westerns would say, the gods. So when you see that 1, that's a Neter, or single. You see the 3, that's a plural. All right. And do you know? So people still recognize the birth of the sun there. This is at ancient Waset. We'll say December 25th. They're recognizing the birth of the sun. Here's another example. All right, and this is how you would write Atan. This is Atan. Look what it's doing. It's got sun, it's giving life, it's raised, people are giving adoration. And one summer solstice, we went over to Garcia Benz and we were giving adoration to the sun. Mr. Alicia, Sister Ann, Sister Teresa. I don't like to say Sister Teresa because of that Catholic thing. So I gave her the Kiswahili Ndada. That means sister. She probably hates me. But this is Ndada Teresa, not Sister Teresa. All right. See, that's what I'm saying. Stuff I'm not making this up. So, would you like to do this or no?
Well, probably not, but.
Okay, all right. So, but what I'm saying is this, and I cut you.
Well, no, I think I'd say, obviously that's what it is, right? The sun salutations that are pretty much generalized all over yoga, from Kemetic to the Indian specific yoga, but really what yoga and the movement and postures we go to is the fractal, follow me here, the fractal light waves that live in us all, which are our tiny 7 suns that are the chakras, or in Kemetic study is called the solfege, like do, re, mi, fa.
Yes.
The fractal or the rainbow spectrum of light.
Yes.
Solfege, ba, ra, which is the spirit or the small tiny suns that are aligned our spine, and that's the reason for the yoga is to move and shape and align those 7 spinning wheels of light and line them up. But yes, that is the movement to acknowledge Ra or acknowledge.
So if you do these are the basic ones. If you do this like 3 times a day, wake in the morning, this really help you. It's really good for your just your system. And this Syria is a word for the sun. Along in Indus family. Namaskar. Salutation to the sun. This is when I took yoga. 1977 is the first thing we learned. Okay. All right, I've probably gone over time, but I just want to say, you still worship it.
When they're in that form, they're called sigils. When they're in that form, are they called sigils?
Yes. So here, Chrysler, you go to Wingstop, Southwest, Bentley, Harley Davidson, Genesis, Mini, even Air Jordans.
But to come back on what Brother Russell was saying about the 3 sigils, I mean, each brand, these are siblings of the sun worship brands that everyone is still following, unbeknownst to them, but all of it is attributed back to our ancestors. But these are symbols in the sense that they carry a spiritual connotation as to the invoking of that spirit when you see it and you see the symbols in modern day life. Very interesting.
And then somebody wrote, thank you. That's your name. Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right. So see, that's why you're so hooked on these products they give you. This is why people of color are the biggest consumers. They use the most powerful symbols of our ancestors. This is just a small example. Once you become aware, no longer allow yourself to become a slave. Wake up. Objects are not important. They will never bring you true happiness. They can only bring you temporary happiness. True happiness comes from within, and you realize your true nature. And by the way, if Superman gets fire from the sun, wouldn't it look like that? Yeah. You know, I wouldn't put her to walk in. I might even say it, but no, it's not. So you know, somebody has to fire. He came to this planet, and our sun is a gift to him. So that's him. All right, let's close. I shine like Ra daily. I establish truth and expel falsehood. I open the doors for I am this friend of Ra, weary with wounds. I am given strength through wisdom. I have found the ferry boat, which was lost in flood water, and I have brought it to land. That's, you know, we have a lot of boats that are lost that need to be brought ashore. That's another one of the purposes of Wolfsack Community. Our theology, you know, okay, our websites, everything that we're doing. We're trying to bring people, you know, back to the ground, back to the land. You know, I have gone forth in it. I have directed my feet to the right place. I've extended my arms. I have established rules in the heavens and taken possession of the earth, and the exalted ones of heaven are free. This is our scripture today. This is our freedom writing today. All the clouds, you know, they say, what's that? Swing down, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride. That's what it says. Yeah. Swing low, sweet chariot. On the brown. See, and you want to be in the boat with Rob, Tim, Shoe. What's Shoe? Air, right? Yeah. Tefnu, what's Tefnu? Moisture. You want to be with Gab. Earth. Nep, the sky. This is what's here. This is our set, and this is the per ah. Anytime you see like this, something written in here, this is somebody's name. Okay, cartouche, sec, okay, Neb Ra. Neb Keppera. Neb, this little thing here, that's like a cup or like a bath. It's like this. It's like this. That's Neb. That means Lord. Kepper. This is a beetle. You can't see it. Kepper, the dung beetle, and Ra. Neb Keppera. So he's in the boat. He's in the boat. So I know I went long. Sorry for you on Zoom that I've gone so long, but have a great day.
Asante Sana, dear brother. What a wonderful, wonderful history.
Excellent presentation.
English language is very limited. English language is very limited. So, you know, you might think it means one. This Ashe has all these meanings. Life energy, force, balance, sacrifice. That's actually what Hotep means. Hotep. What they used here? What this person used? See, that's part of Hotep. That's a sacrificial table. Yeah. Hotep don't just mean peace. It means sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrifice. You know, Kaaba had to sacrifice to come all the way from Hayward to run this Zoom. Michelle had to sacrifice, you know, bringing some food for Minister Alicia, getting her youth and her family together to come in. Stevie, all the people that came, all of you that came, you sacrificed. I mean, you could be doing something else. I don't know what you So Ashe, Jay, all the Damares, ritual, everything, physical things, nature. Ashe, and then this looks like somebody from Brazil or something. All right. Okay, I'm done. That's it. Yeah.
But it's like one of the days that brings me back. So excited about what I'm saying that there was nothing that was gonna stop me. All right. Messages like that. I tell you. And so if that resonated with you, if anything that we have done or said has resonated with you today, then you are not a member of Rose Community Church. You can, if you are on Zoom, open up your mic and say, I'm here, I want to be a part. You can put your hand up on Zoom. You can, if you're here in the building, you can say, I want to know more, or I want to be a part. This is the time for you to make that declaration. But this is not the only time. This is just a special time right now. While I'm talking, you guys can do that. To recognize those who may feel like, how do I become a part? How do I become a member? How do I, put my energy in with this movement? And so this is the time for that. If it has been pressed upon your heart to do or say those things that you would like to gather with us as members, then this is that time. This is that moment. This is the call. So I can't see anything on Zoom to acknowledge anyone. Do you see anyone with hands up or anything?
Not at the moment.
Okay. So, and there's also if at a later time you would like to join or become a member, then you may go to the website. There's ways that you can do that. Or if you know anybody that's in the building that said, hey, come on, you are somebody's friend, contact that friend and say, hey, you know what? I really want to be a part of WOSE. I was there, I thought about it, I mulled it over, I prayed on it, meditated on it, did all my things. And the answers are yes. So if that is you, then you can talk to your friend or talk to whoever invited you and be able to start your journey with us all. We are doing our best to recognize our symbols, to uplift our community, to be at work. We are not, none of us that I'm looking at in this room has ever come and just chilled out and done that. So we all have our hands in it. We are all heavy hitters in our own right. And there are no slackers in this group. And if I'm looking on Zoom, it pretty much say the same. So at this time we want to have our lift every voice thing. We want to make sure that we want to sing out loud. And if you notice that I'm not singing some of the songs, because I have this microphone on, and although I would love to sing, so if you said, Minister, well, that is your reason. I don't want to have everybody on Zoom run out of the Zoom or click off or anything of that nature. Yeah. And then I can get there.
Lift every voice and sing. Bring with the heart. Mercy, let We sing a song for the faith that the God has taught. Sing a song for the hope that the present has brought. They sing now.
Okay, activated.
And now to them who was able to lift us up before the throne on high, may they empower us to be a people with one aim, one vision, one faith, one destiny, one love, one heart, one God. Let us call upon the name of that one God as our ancestors and elders have done for countless generations, for time immemorial. Let us all say together.
System menu bar activated.
Beautiful people face of this earth.